Let's make peach cobbler, a delicious syrupy peachy goodness covered with a biscuit topping, baked to perfection. Let's go ahead and get started. So I have got all my ingredients together and mise en place and measured out. You'll notice that I'm using canned peaches because canned peaches are available year round, and sometimes I want peach cobbler like in the middle of winter. So for this recipe, I'm using about a 2-quart baking dish. This is going to be the best for the kind of depth that I need for my cobbler. If you are making more cobbler than I'm making, you can use a larger dish. Just note that you might have to adjust the cooking time. So the first thing I'm gonna do is preheat my oven to 350. I did that earlier, and now I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of butter to that baking dish, and I'm gonna pop this in the oven to let it melt. Here we go, popping this in the oven just for a few minutes. So my cobbler recipe calls for 2 cans of peaches, and I got the peaches that are in the fruit juice, not the heavy syrup, because we're gonna create our own heavy syrup with the butter and the sugar and all the other stuff. So I used 2 15-ounce cans, and I'm going to drain 1 can, and I'm gonna leave the other can undrained. That's gonna give us enough peaches and liquid to ensure we have the right amount and kind of syrup. While my butter is melting in the oven, I'm gonna go ahead and compose my peach cobbler bottom. So I've got my peaches that I've drained. Also got the other can that I'm not gonna drain. I got a peach slice in there that's like being rude. Get out. I'm also gonna add some brown sugar that's been packed in there. Some vanilla extract. Most recipes will call for like a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm gonna be a little extra and go a teaspoon and a half. Yeah, we're making a mess. As well as my ground cinnamon, nutmeg, and a teeny pinch of salt. Give that all a good, nice mix. So I can see in there that my butter has melted, and it's taken about, it was cold butter, so it took a good minute, but it did give me time to mix together the peach cobbler base. So now that we have our melted butter, we're gonna take our peachy syrupy goodness and pour that right into this dish. Ooh, let me make sure I get all of that. And what you can do, don't be afraid to taste your desserts. You guys, you can taste that mixture and decide and say, you know what? I want a little bit more cinnamon. I want some ginger. I want some cardamom. I don't know, whatever. You can just taste that syrupy goodness and, you know, make adjustments. But, oh gosh, that's good. Oh goodness. Okay, that's perfect. All right. So now let's get to our biscuit topping and set this to the side. It's hot. So before I set it to the side, I'm gonna make sure I use my little oven mitts. Mitts. All right. Move on to the biscuits. All right, so we've done our peach cobbler base. Now to step 2, we're gonna make biscuits, but we don't have to roll them out, so that makes it really good and easy. I'm gonna use some flour, all-purpose flour, oopsie, as well as some sugar, granulated sugar, and some baking powder, which will give our biscuits a rise, and some salt. I'm just gonna whisk these until they're combined. Now I have my butter, which I'm going to use and to basically break into that dough. I chopped this butter into small pieces and I put it in the fridge so that it can get nice and cold. We want cold ingredients when making biscuits. Now we wanna work our biscuit or butter into this flour and biscuit mix. So I'm gonna use my fingers to do that. Usually I would have a pastry cutter. I do not know where my pastry cutter is. I had one, I don't know. It's gone somewhere. And I usually would just use my regular clean hands to do this, but I got a little bit of a cut on my finger yesterday and it's trying to heal, but because of that, gloved hands is what I'll be using today. But essentially your goal is to get as much of that butter mixed up into this flour mixture and broken down. I kind of gave it a head start by cutting it into very small pieces. All right, so now that I've basically broken down that butter into that flour, I'm going to add in some cold milk. I'm just going to stir that cold milk in with a spoon. Couple of stirs so you can see. That's what it's going to look like. And do not mind the lumps. They're butter. It's butter. Now we're going to take that and we're going to basically just use this spoon to assist us in covering the cobbler as much as we can. And I try to make sure that I get as much as I can like in the middle, because that's the part that I like the edges to be kind of like juice and crispiness. You can use your back of your spoon to carefully spread it out just a little bit more. Peach juices kind of peek through the top. We'll cover that up a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in my oven. All right, so I'm gonna put my peach cobbler on that middle rack. You don't wanna bake it any higher than that middle rack or the top might get too brown. I'm gonna bake it at 350 until the top gets nice and golden brown. This could go as quickly as 40 minutes. It could go up to 50 minutes, but I'll be back when it's nice and golden. It's time to check on our cobbler. You can see I basically had to move mine around in my oven because I have hot spots in the oven. But it is getting very nice and golden. And you can see the cobbler is browning. I think you can see, I don't know. The cobbler is browning. Don't go all the way back there. The cobbler is browning. I do have a little bit of batter spots here. And I'm gonna basically keep it in there until that's cooled. It's a little gummy. It's done. It's just not as hard as this. I'm gonna keep that in there for like another 5 minutes. And I'm gonna actually rotate that back. Put that back. This is where you gotta know your oven. Figure out where the hot spot ends in your oven, and I want my hot spot to be kind of here. I can feel that this area is a little bit hotter. So I'm just put that in there for another 5 minutes to try to get that dough area covered up. Here's our cobbler. And what I'm gonna do is, you know, I like to put a little toothpick. I don't go all the way down to the peach cobbler filling, but I'm gonna go in these little crack areas just to make sure that that toothpick comes out nice and clean. All right, let's take her out. Here is our cobbler. I should put it like this so you can see it better. And that is our peach cobbler. And I'm gonna let it cool for about 15 to 20 minutes to give my syrup more of a chance to kind of bubble up and turn perfect. And now it's time to serve our cobbler. That's how I like my crust. Let me see if you can hear that. Ooh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes. Just like I like it. It's got the nice syrup. And there is your peach cobbler. Got a little bit of ice cream that I'm just gonna plop right there. Usually I think I'm gonna do 2 scoops. No, I'm gonna do 2 scoops of ice cream. Just 2 small scoops. Good old delicious peach cobbler. And now it's time for me to enjoy my cobbler. My ice cream done melted because I was over here recording content. Here is me and my bites. Oh my gosh. Boom. So I'm gonna tell you why I like this cobbler so much. It is that thin biscuit layer that we baked, and because it's thin, it gives you a nice crunch in contrast with the really nice gooey peaches beneath it. This is so good, so perfect. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. Until the next time, bye. This is so good. Oh, my ice cream melted though, oh well.